That's exactly what I mean. See?
Right. Yeah, that's what you got a co-caster for, right? So if you're hungry,
Exactly.
eat.
Exactly. That's exactly it. All right. Let's take a look at these two guys. We have the Red Terran player Leffen, who reminds me of a very good Belgian beer, Leffen.
Yeah.
In the bottom on King Sejong Station, which is to be our first map, and his opponent from Mouse Control, the yellow Terran player in the top, SwitchBack. The map order is going to be King Sejong Station, then we're going to go on to Nimbus, and we'll finish the series, possibly, with Overgrowth.
The maps nowadays aren't that big, are they, in the pool?
Oh, they are.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, there's certainly, overall, the maps, or map sizes, I think are bigger than they were.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely true. But, I don't know, are they... Maybe I'm just getting used to the size, but I can remember these purple tiled maps that we used to have, like, last year that were really big as well. Maybe this is just... Maybe I'm just getting, like I just said, used to the size of the maps and not thinking they're very big. But of course, you're right, these maps are infinitely bigger than one of those favorite maps that we talked about earlier today.
Oh yeah, Steps of War, man.
Steps of War, yeah. Steps of War was, I think, maybe 20% of the size of this map?
Yeah, it could be. It was maybe 1/4, yeah. That could be it. Also, the structure of the maps has changed dramatically over the years. I mean, nowadays, you can have the map the same size as, I don't know, Daybreak, for example, but it seems longer. For example, King Sejong Station, I think, is similar to size to Daybreak, but it seems that it's longer because the travel paths are winding in different ways, and the chokes are being built differently, and ramps in the middle of the map as well. So you kind of get this impression that you have to do a lot of traveling if you want to get to your opponent.
So the effective distance is simply longer?
Yeah,
right.
I think so.
Except by air, of course.
Oh yeah, those are the same.
Is that also something that we've seen change over the years, where basically the dead space around the maps, where floating buildings or flying units can hide out, has decreased?
A little bit. You still have a lot of that. I mean, you gotta have some dead space that is unreachable with ground units, but overall, yeah, it has shrunk a little bit, but it's still there. It has to. So let's take a look at this. SwitchBack opened with a gas first, which gives him a very fast factory. Straight into Starport, building Hellions. His opponent doing the same, just going with a couple Marines first, and getting the gas at a normal timing. Gas first openings have been very, very popular as of late in TVT, so I'm a little bit surprised that Leffen has not opted to go with the gas first.
Alright. I like not going with the usual build, because it can throw your opponent off. But then again, I don't know any of the usual builds, so I wouldn't know whether I'm doing it.
It looks like SwitchBack is going to go for a slower expansion here, adding on the second gas and another reactor on the barracks. He's going to go for the attack right now. Hellions and Marines, very common. You see it all the time, and his opponent probably is building up the same composition. He's just been a little bit slower on that, so his medevac only just now popped out. But I think SwitchBack is just going to poke in, and unless he can pull his opponent's army out of position to get some eco damage going for him, I think he'll just promptly retreat, just poke in and go back.
He killed an SCV, actually. He killed the SCV building this the command center. Is that a... Okay, so that is a landed Viking who will now attack this Hellion. I don't think I've seen this before at 6 minutes and 40 seconds in the game.
Yeah, and it does get taken out. Vikings are good units versus Hellions.
Yeah. I can shoot a lot of bullets. Oh, another... Okay, so there's a drop attempting... There's an attempted drop here, but it's being thwarted, as you say. Leffen has a lot of Marines, actually. Leffen up in supply as well. actually, at this point in the game, I think it's a significant supply. Just now, he was up 49 to 40. Now it's 52 to 42.
Yeah, it does have quite a bit of Marines, that's true.
Yeah.
But, you know, a couple of Hellions can solve that problem, or maybe a tank. You know, one volley being shot at those Marines, and suddenly, well, you're not doing so hot. You don't have as many hit points.
Vikings going down.
Yep, saw that.
Yeah.
Procasting right here, guys, with Frank mumbling syllables left and right,
Actually,
and me understanding what the hell he means.
Also, look at, oh my god!
Yeah, Widowmine explosions. That was such a cool move by SwitchBack, leaving that Widowmine there. And on the other side of things, you know, it was careless of Leffen to just storm the front like this.
Carnage in StarCraft. Casters mumbling, covering their keyboard and monitor in bits of milky goodness. Sorry about that, guys. I hope, like, after the game when we switch back to the splash view, they can actually still see my face and not some chunk of milk that I spewed onto my webcam.
I have to say, though, Leffen is playing surprisingly well. I mean, look at this. He's a little bit down on army supply compared to SwitchBack, but SwitchBack is... I mean, Leffen is heavily outmining his opponent and outproducing him in terms of SCVs. It might change here with SwitchBack maybe going for a drop inside the main base. No, the medevac has been discovered, but not being targeted down by the Marines.
Oh, yeah, there's no response from Leffen, so this might actually do some damage.
Yeah, it might. He doesn't have any units in the main base, so we'll have to split those SCVs.
That is nil so far. Still no. Okay, that's the first 3 SCVs going down. A lot of them damage, actually. Ooh, but oh no, he's lining them up!
Yeah, he is. Oh, one more shot! Oh!
No, again, no with the line. Oh my god, 13 SCVs. This is terrible news.
Terrible damage being inflicted upon poor old Leffen.
Oh.
And, you know, he pulled back. Look at these Marines. They traveled all across the map to take care of these Hellions.
Oh.
And...
Man, I feel for the guy, man. This sucks.
And he left this tank unprotected.
Oh my god.
You know what this Viking's gonna do? It's gonna land right on top of that tank and take it out.
Right. He could actually just do that.
Yeah!
Yeah. He runs away. That's a good move.
That's a good move.
Retreat.
Saving the tank.
Back together.
Alright, so SwitchBack in a good position actually right now with those SCVs that he's killed and with getting his mining going for him finally at the natural and getting his stint back finished and well, basically setting himself up for a nice mid-game. He's sitting nice and pretty, and he's going to be having a higher income now than Leffen, and he's going to be able to push. The back door is still closed. Leffen might be trying to... Oh, but he is going to let his presence known to SwitchBack right now. And interestingly, SwitchBack is... I think he may have circled around and catch this army from the bottom, but no, he's trying to defend from the top, losing some SCVs in the process.
Wow. Oh, it's a good thing that Leffen has one Marine up there, because that way he gets vision and actually gets another shot off at those Marines, but that's it. Oh, okay, I was wondering how he still had vision, but there's another medevac there.
Oh, he got the tank! He got the tank, so now he doesn't have to worry about any forces below that cliff, but that was certainly not what I would call an effective exchange. But the drop in the main base of Leffen, that's doing some work. No SCVs killed so far, however.
Oh, but they will be now. Look at that. SCVs falling left and right. Other Marines too. Nope. This is looking like a downward struggle for Leffen from this point on.
40 SCVs to 27.
Yep.
You know, despite...
on the screen, you can see all of these statistics. In case you're wondering why they're not at the top, we're using the GameHard interface for viewing the game. Of course, the players get to see their regular interface, so...
Yeah, I mean, despite unfavorable army exchanges between... unfavorable for SwitchBack between these two guys, the harassment has been infinitely more effective for SwitchBack. Even, I mean, take a look at this. 22 SCVs killed compared to 8 on the other side.
Yeah, that is tough. No, Leffen is not getting the better end of these engagements in this game, that is for sure. But he is, okay, he's trying again. Here we go. Big push out. And, as we've seen before, one engagement can change the tide of a game. But yeah, not of course if as soon as you move out you got another drop, which you have no response to in your main base. This is tough. Oh, and he's losing supply depots. Actually, he lost one, which he did a supply drop on, so that's 20 supply down, and now he's heavily supply blocked. So this push that he's doing... Oh, actually, okay. So SwitchBack's also pushing. We might go into some kind of crazy base trade scenario, but then SwitchBack's army is so much bigger.
I don't think so. I think we're going to have a repeat of the same situation before, where SwitchBack is going to pull back his army, pull back the SCVs from mining so that he does not lose any to the tank fire, and then just defend. He's got more than enough to do it, and at the same time the drop in the main base of Leffen is still alive, still doing work, killing SCVs. Leffen has to push up this ramp. I don't think he can go back now. He has to do some damage with this, because he lost quite a lot of SCVs back home.
But you know, look at his outlook right now. He's looking up a ramp, and up on top of the ramp he sees plenty of Marines, or I'm not sure if he sees them, but there are plenty of Marines and 5 tanks against just, oh my god, against, I was going to say 2, but there's 1 tank left for Leffen there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Leffen can do anything to come back in this game.
He's going to try and retreat right now, but I think even with these Marines, I mean, if SwitchBack stims them up, he could catch up to this army and take it out. And he's just been getting more and more and more ahead as the game goes on.
Oh, but this is a win for Leffen here. Look at it. He takes out the entire air fleet of SwitchBack. All the Vikings and most of the medevacs.
Yeah, but is it going to be enough? There's still... Oh no, it's not. 5 tanks.
Bam. Oh, okay, so he gets out with most of it. I have seen players come back from worse positions. But it's going to be tough.
I mean, it's... SwitchBack is on 4 bases now. Yeah, there's the GG from Leffen, realizing that there's nothing more he can do in this game.